Well, welcome back, and this is going to be our final example, example number 4, on how to find the standard form of an equation of an ellipse. In this example, we are given vertices and also the eccentricity. Now, eccentricity is the ratio to show how much of an oval or non-circle the ellipse actually is. The closer it is to 1, all right, the more oval shaped it will be. The lesser it is to closer to 0, the more of circular it will be. Well, without further ado, let's find this out. Well, first we're given the vertices. Well, I'm going to graph this. And I would strongly suggest you graph it too, because I love visuals. I love always taking 4, 5, and looking at seeing what the different values are. So we also have -5, 0. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, 0. All right. And we can see these different values right here. There and there. Now from here, and these are the vertices, we can obviously see now through our graph that this is the major axis, because once again, the vertices are on the major axis. Okay, are on the major axis. So we first can set up our criteria to help us find the center, the major axis, which we know is going to be the x, or on the x-axis itself, major axis or its horizontal axis, and then find the A and B. Well, from here, we can definitely see that since this right here is on the major axis, our x values, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1, that once again, h squared is going to be under the x. If it would be vertical, then it would be under the y, but it's not. We can also see that because the vertices, all right, are a units away from the center, we can find the midpoint of our vertices, and we notice that that's going to be at the origin. All right, so we have at the origin this point. All right, so we found the center, which is at 0, 0. So we can plug that in there, and we have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared, which equals 1, all over a squared and then b squared. We can also, by looking at this, find our a value, because the a value is the distance from the center to the vertices. And since we're given the vertices, we can see that the a value on this side is 5. This a value on this side is also 5. And so we can plug that in. We have x squared over 5 squared, which is 25. Then we have y squared over b squared equals 1. All right, so now in the final step, what we need to do is we need to figure out what our c value is, or sorry, b value. Now to help us figure this out, we are given the eccentricity. Eccentricity, if you recall, is, if you look up here, you can see it, all right, c over a. All right, so you have c over a. Plugging in this value, the eccentricity, which is 1/2, equals c, which we don't know, over a, which we know is 5. All right, well, solving for c, we can see that c equals 5 halves. 5 halves. Now, we did that because we need to figure out b. b is the length from the center to the minor axis, all right, or the minor arc. All right, now, doing this, we know a, and now we know c, so now we can help us find b. So we know 5 halves squared equals a squared, which would be 25, minus b squared. Solving for b, we can have 25 minus 25 fourths, all equals b squared. Solving this a little farther, we can take 100, all right, in common denominator, minus 25 fourths equals b squared, and we have, right here, is going to be b squared equals 75 over 4. Taking this value, we can simplify this entirely now. X squared over 25 plus y squared over 75 fourths equals 1. And generally, when you write this, you don't like a fraction over a fraction, so we can just simplify this one little step farther. We have 4 y squared over 75 equals 1, and that would be our equation. of this particular ellipse. Once again, use the information hopefully to help us find our center right away. Once we find our center, identify our major axis if possible. And then from here, use the information to help us find A and B. A is the distance from the center to the vertices, and B is the distance from the center to the, right, on the minor axis, the point up here on the minor axis. Well, I hope these 4 examples helped you out, and I'm sure there's other tutorials online, but good luck and God bless in the rest of your studies.